Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Rebel Rewind. My name's Christopher. That's Eric with me as always. Eric, how you doing? We had a two episodes of The Acolyte last week. Another one coming tonight. What do you think about them? Hold on, there's no audio again.
How's that?
There we go.
All
Good.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'm liking the first two episodes. The second one a little bit more than the first one. The first one's kind of slow burn, but I mean, for what it is for the first episode, I think it's pretty decent. Also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I like the on location stuff. Like very similar to Andor. You can tell it's shot on location and not in front of the volume for quite a bit of it. And I like the practical sets that they built and the all the costumes for these aliens, and it just feels like old school Star Wars to me. So, but
Yeah, I'm
also
loving
like
all those alien creatures.
yeah, but also the fight choreography looks amazing. The music, I got like prequel feels with all the music.
Oh, the music
Uh,
was impressive.
yeah, yeah.
Felt like Star
We got
Wars.
Yeah, exactly. We got Patrick here. He says, "Hello there,
What's up,
Christopher and
Patrick?
Eric. Are you guys excited for the episode 3 of the Acolyte? Do we get an epic lightsaber battle or something bad revealed about the Jedi?" I'm excited for it too. Thanks for hopping in, Patrick.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you got any predictions about episode 3? Do you think you think this episode's going to be the episode where we get to see who's under that mask?
Um, this may very well not be, but then again, it's just me speculating. Um, but I think I was hoping that maybe we'll get Kanaka, but I heard this was a
Yeah,
an episode that little controversial, so I'm not sure in what way it's going to be controversial. That's what they say.
yeah, that's what I've heard too, and we'll dive into that because we got an article about that here this evening as well. Yeah, no, I think this will be the episode with Kalmaka because judging by the stuff we got in all the trailers, it seems to make sense we would get Kalmaka in this episode because we ended the last one on that planet of Kafur, is it, or Kufar or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
too far.
so yeah, so we should pick up there, I would think, and then we might maybe we'll get the flashback of the witches and May and Osha as they were children, and see
Yeah.
what happens there. So
Well,
yeah,
I
I guess
put a little questionnaire on my community tab. If you guys want to answer that question, do you think we're going to get the death of Kelnaka on this episode or not? So if you can
yeah,
do me a favor, hit that yes or no. What's your predictions on that?
yeah,
But
and both our links are in the description below. So definitely head over and do that poll that Eric just mentioned, and remember to like and subscribe to our channels for weekly episodes of the Rebel Rewind. So Patrick says, "I hope not."
I know, but we already got two
Yeah,
Jedi deaths already.
right.
Yeah.
She's got two more to kill. So she's got
Yep.
Kalmaka and Master Soul. So
Yep.
yeah, it should be interesting if he does die. It should be interesting seeing someone like May who has like she's got like basic training, right? She's not like fully trained with a lightsaber or anything, but she's got some training. So it should be interesting seeing her take down a 7 to 8 foot tall Wookiee, right? Who's a master in the Force. So
Yep.
I guess
Very
we'll
much
have
so.
to wait and see, right?
Yep.
So
The only way she can do that is by outsmarting them, and I think she was pretty good at doing outsmarting some of her opponents.
yeah, Tony Star Wars Sith
Tony,
says, "What's up, fellas?
what's
I'm
going
ready for
on, Tony?
tonight. We are ready as well,
Ready,
sir.
ready.
Right? So let's jump into our first article. We got
All
a
right.
bunch of acolyte related stuff this episode. I mean, which makes sense. But let's jump into the first article we got tonight. So this was on Star Wars Newsnet, and just an update after the first 5 days of it being on Disney Plus there. So in the first 5 days, the first episode of the Acolyte, according to Variety, the pilot amassed 11.1 million views minus watched divided by the runtime. So, or sorry, minutes watched divided by the runtime of the episode. So over the first 5 days. So the number is the biggest Disney Plus premiere of the year, but it's still 3 million short of Ahsoka's number of last August. But it might just be because this is like a new era of Star Wars. People like it doesn't contain any characters that we know from any other era, so
Yeah.
that could be part of the lower numbers. But I think it said, yeah, right here. So the Acolyte shaping up to be the potential monster hit for Disney Plus, with the Star Wars series amassing 4.8 million watchers in for its 2 episodes within the first day. So for a first day premiere, it's Disney's biggest hit so far. But still, compared to Ahsoka overall so far for like the 5 day period, it's still 3 million behind. But I guess we'll see, right? And
Yeah.
like you and I were talking before the show, and we kind of mentioned it here. This next episode is supposed to be a little bit controversial. It's supposed to break Star Wars, some people are saying. But what do you think? What do you think of these numbers? Do you agree with it being a success from your point of view?
No, I do agree. The fact that it's a pretty decent number of viewers on the first day, but at the same time, it's not as much as Ahsoka, which makes sense because these are unfamiliar characters, right?
Right,
So
right.
a little different time. So it's like, it's I think it's pretty decent for what it's doing for the show. I think the show is a good show, and you know, it's very interesting. I think it's doing pretty good, and at the same time, it's not going to be Ahsoka series, because we all got Clone Wars, what I'm saying, and characters that we all love, and so I think for what it is and a show that's unfamiliar to anybody, I think it's doing pretty decent numbers. So
Yeah,
that goes
for
on
sure.
to my first story about the reviews, and I think we have to kind of get this started off on the wrong, kind of we got some bad reviews, in other words. Um,
Yeah,
but there may be something behind that. So, in spite of our favorable response from critics, The Acolytes is currently being reviewed bomb on sites such as Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. With the fandom divided in the aftermath of Star Wars The Last Jedi, The Acolyte showrunner Leslie Headland has proven especially controversial, and there's been a vocal backlash against Star Wars TV shows from part of the fandom. This has continued to be with the release of the Acolytes premiere on Disney Plus. The Acolytes has an audience record of just 32, and I just checked it today, and it's actually right now lower at 28% on Rotten
oh
Tomatoes.
wow.
Yeah, while the show has a user score of 4.1 on Metacritic. Looking at the actual reviews, there's evidence of review bombing campaigns. Many appear to be AI generated, consisting only of basic plot hypnosis. There you go. Sorry. It's important to note that there are probably genuine criticism amid the review bombing, drowning out the campaign. But some critics have called out the pacing and dialogue problems, and those could well pose a problem for the members of the audience as well, resulting in negative reviews. Ironically, the review bombing campaign means real dissatisfaction is impossible to evaluate. While those who love Acolytes wind up in the defensive, it's a clear self-defeating strategy because it makes it easier to tune out any critics as part of the campaign. So it appears that some are purposefully trying to bomb the show, utilizing AI to generate false accounts and
Right.
false reviews. So,
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, when you do these AI or these bombing campaigns, you're not letting the actual fans, you know, actually say what the real criticism, because it gets drowned out.
Yeah.
What the actual problems of the show gets drowned out, but by all these other fake, fake claims or fake critiques.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're not really helping anybody out by doing that.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Patrick says, "Hey Tony." Tony say, "I hope we get the Sith dude tonight." Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yep. So what do you
Yeah.
think about that story, Chris?
So yeah, no, that I get it. Like, because the same like it this toxic fandom, like Star Wars is like, if not the most toxic fandom, it's one of the most ones, if it's not the most toxic fandom. And you got these toxic fans that don't like the Last Jedi or whatever. They don't like the Disney Plus era and stuff. And you see them like they'll see anything that has to do with like Leslie Headland or the Acolyte or a new show coming out, and they just got to get in there and they make awful comments and sometimes hurtful comments, right? And like stuff that you know that that doesn't even have to do with the series, right? They're not giving the series a chance for whatever reason, but they're making these fake reviews and
Yep.
stuff like that, and making these fake accounts so they can you know make it look like it's not a really great show. Um, but it's just awful that it's come to this, right? Like
Yep.
it's yeah, no, it's kind of disgusting that people are doing that for this. And I'm sure it's not just Star Wars, but I feel like I hear it a lot more with this fandom since it's my main focus, right? My
Yeah.
main thing, right? So
Yeah.
but yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it's just crazy. It's insane.
yeah. For me personally, if I don't like a show, I'm not gonna just try to dissuade somebody else from
No,
liking it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep
yeah,
that either keep it to myself or say the show wasn't good.
yeah,
Like now I'm enjoying the show, but at the same time,
yeah,
I may not like how this ends up at the end of it all. But at the same
yeah,
time, if you enjoy it, who am I to say, oh, you shouldn't like that show
yeah.
because the show stunk for me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, and it's all subjective too, right? Like I might like one movie or show, and you might
Yep.
like two different ones, right? And you might not like the same stuff as me, but it
Yeah.
doesn't mean we got to get like nasty in the comments and reviewing stuff and posting stuff about this stuff and making other fans, even other
Exactly.
people who haven't even seen Star Wars, they see these comments and they're like, okay, maybe I won't watch it, right? So it's kind
Yep.
of, in a way, it's kind of hurting Star Wars a little bit. But yeah, no, it's yeah, it's sad that people are doing this. And like give it a chance. At least give it a
Yeah.
chance.
Give it a chance.
Like Book of Boba, I enjoyed. There were some episodes and some stuff from it that I didn't agree with. I didn't like, but I still enjoyed it. So like just give it a chance.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
yeah, those are my thoughts on that. But yeah, no, I think it's just gonna continue to happen, right? And
Oh, it'll just
I
get
guess
worse. I know it.
yeah, I guess in a way it doesn't help that like I don't know if it's true. Like I posted a short on YouTube and Instagram about Leslie Headland, and people are saying she was Harvey Weinstein's assistant, and they're just like smash talking her for that, right? And smash talking the acolyte just because who she was in her past, right? Like
Mhm.
you know
Yeah. No, I
give her
mean,
a chance, give her a chance, give the show a chance. You might like it, right?
yep. So far, it's
So
I'm enjoying it so far.
oh yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it as well. Patrick said, I think it's fantastic with the martial arts, lightsabers, Jedi, and mystery. Absolutely. All new era Jedi, bad guys, planets, powers, right? And some familiar stuff with Coruscant and stuff. And
Yeah. Exactly. It's
what
cool.
I'm assuming is Octo at the end of the first episode, where May meets up with the Sith character. It looks like Octo to me.
Yeah. It
Every
does.
time I see it, it looks like it. So I guess we'll see. That's the only planet they didn't have the title card at the beginning when they went there, so they could be keeping that a secret for later.
Yep. Could very
We got
well be.
Joseph in the chat said hi. What's the topic? A lot of acolyte stuff, a lot of acolyte talk this week. Yeah, the Sith dude. Yeah, so actually that's the next article that we're jumping into. A possible reveal or a possible just some chat about who that could be. Like these are all rumors and stuff, so take this stuff with a grain of salt. I even posted a video on my channel the other day about who I think it is. So on the direct, this was posted June 5th. So I think it was the end of last week, a day or two after the series premiered. So episode one and two of Disney Plus The Acolyte, the first Lucasfilm live action project set in the High Republic era, are out, and they confirm who the titular Sith apprentice is. Apprentice is what I would call him too. So they're talking about the character with the mask. It's got like the teeth,
Yeah.
kind of like Abeloth almost. So the show takes place 100 years before the events of Phantom Menace, or a little less, a little more, maybe about 100 years, because I think the titles, not the titles, the opening titles at the beginning, it said it takes about 100 years
100
before
years.
the rise of the Empire, which technically would be at the end of Revenge of the Sith. But so it's about 100 years, give or take a year or two. So, but anyways, it says takes place during the High Republic. That particular era is known to be an extended period of peace in the galaxy, with the Sith all but forgotten. The first Sith spotted in hundreds of years is Darth Maul in Episode 1, but that doesn't mean that they were ever completely gone. So, who is the Sith acolyte in Star Wars new Disney Plus show? So, a warning: if you haven't seen the acolyte, or maybe you don't want to be teased with this stuff. Again, I think it's all kind of rumors and speculation until anything's confirmed, obviously. So by the end of episode 1, the Acolyte fans know exactly who the title is referring to. It's Amandla Stenberg's character May. That's not to be confused with Osha, her twin sister, who happens to be an ex-member of the Jedi Order. Both thought that each other had died, and when they were children on a fire destroyed their home. This led to Osha being rescued by the Jedi and returned to Coruscant. May wasn't so lucky, as she was believed to be dead following the events, and it's revealed that they're both alive. So, as far as fans know, that May is the Acolyte. The mystery Sith Lord says so in his closing speech at the end of the first episode, right? So, to kind of dive into what he said the Jedi live in a dream they believe anyone shares, but if you attack a Jedi with a weapon, you will fail. Steel or laser are no threat to them, but an acolyte kills without a weapon. An acolyte kills a dream. One could argue that May isn't quite the acolyte until she's successful and kills a Jedi without a weapon. But this article is saying there could be more to the acolyte namesake. So right now it's clear that Amandla Stenberg's May is a clear fit for the titular acolyte in question, but it might not be that simple. So Manny Jacinto's character, Chimere, I think is how you pronounce it. He's very, and I gotta agree with it, he's very suspect as far as like his actions go. The height is about the same as the Sith character. If you see the Sith character in some of the promotional trailers, he looks about the same height. Even his little speech that he had in the second episode it's very similar. And like I think we were talking before, like when he met up with May later in the episode, like he overtook her, and we know she's not full power Sith, but she's pretty powerful with the Force. You can tell that, right? When she takes on, he was able to subdue her. So, like
she looks stunned too.
So pretty much this article is saying there's a good chance that he might be another acolyte, though that would go against the Sith rule of 2. But that's kind of a good thing. Like if you're like a Sith apprentice, your master, you want to take down your master, you're going to try and find a couple people to kind of go work with you and pick the best one, right? To pick the stronger of the two and go against your master and try and kill your master, right? So we'll see. I kind of think Manny Jacinto's character Chimere could be the one under the mask. And as I mentioned, I did a video on my channel, so definitely check that out. But let's get to your thoughts. Like, what do you think? Who do you think the character of Chimere is? Do you think he's
No,
the another acolyte, or do you think he's the Sith
no,
apprentice?
yeah, definitely. No. I kind of feel that Manny Jacinto's character is the same character. Yeah, for the same reasons. To be able to subdue her as quickly as he was, she looks
Yeah,
surprised. He can. It looks like he can overpower her, and yeah, I think he's a little bit more powerful than her, and he could be the Sith, the Sith apprentice, and there'll be another one, but I think for the most part, I think it's looking that way, and for them too, and I think that's probably not a good way to do things because it seemed a little easy, but at the same time,
right.
if that's the case, then hey, do it early, like reveal it early, so we get that
Yeah,
out the way. So yeah,
exactly. Because I don't think the reveal of the Sith character with the mask is going to be like a big reveal at the end. It was shown in the trailer that he drops his mask, so I think it's kind of like a mid-season, maybe this episode, but probably episode 4. And then I think at the end of the season, we'll find out there's this bigger Sith Lord, possibly one that we know from canon or maybe pulled from Star Wars Legends, even, right? So
yeah,
definitely get it over early.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, and also like another thing I noticed, I don't know if you noticed this, Eric, but when Osha goes into the shop pretending to be May, like you can tell, like in his eyes, you can tell he kind of picked up on her before he actually revealed that,
Yeah,
hey, I know you're not her. So he's definitely a suspect and a possible, at least a dark side user, possibly
yeah.
competing for the at that acolyte spot, right? So
Because he was kind of like
yeah,
toying with her, like, hey,
yeah,
like
absolutely,
going back, like, who's gonna talk first?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
no, and
yeah,
I like how they're not supposed to attack, right, a Jedi with a weapon, which is pretty cool. And that's why she kept on trying to take the lightsaber from her opponents. So
yeah,
I think it's pretty cool is if we're going to get a shot or a time where she's going to be able to get the lightsaber, kill a Jedi, and then maybe possibly bleed the kyber crystal. I think it'd be kind of cool
yeah.
if we get to see that.
That'd be really cool to see, right? Because
Yeah,
that's how the Sith. That's typically what the Sith have to do,
yeah,
or I guess going from an acolyte to a Sith or whatever, however it works. That's what they got to do. They got to kill a Jedi and get their lightsaber and bleed the crystal to make it red, right? So
mhm,
it would be very cool if we kind of see that on the back end of the season, right? So
yeah, yeah.
lots of stuff, lots of
A lot of
questions
good stuff.
unanswered for
We get to
sure.
see that. That'd be cool. Kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah,
All right, so on to my next story here. Okay, so the Acolyte episode titles are a lie. I think I figured it out. Here's a true plot. Okay, so this was written by Thomas Bacon. This is an interesting read, so I'm just gonna try to go through this as quick as possible. So the Acolyte's episode titles are a lie, hiding the true plot. And I think I figured it out. Says Thomas Bacon. The Acolyte showrunner Leslie Headland joined Lucasfilm fresh from the success of Russian Dolls, earning a reputation of twisting storytelling and an onion approach to her narrative. I'm approaching Acolytes if it was a true mystery, carefully looking at every hint and clue. I'm pretty confident there's a lot of misdirection going on with the titles of episode 1 and 2. It's clearly tapping into the dualism of Amanda Stenberg's two characters, Osha and May. One of the twins is lost and motivated by revenge. The other is found and seeks justice. Given May is an assassin, viewers can be forgiven for assuming that she's the one who was lost and can be lost and driven by revenge, while Osha is found by the Jedi and focused on justice. But I think that's a lie, and that these two should be flipped. Osha is the sole survivor of a mysterious tragedy that took place in her homeworld of Brendok some 16 years ago. While it's true she apparently saved by the Jedi, Osha really can't be thought of as found. She's a failed Padawan who left the Jedi after a decade because she couldn't find any comfort in the Jedi code. According to Soul, she was able to deal with her past, dealing with the considerable loss of meaning she was considerably lost by the Jedi. When the Acolytes begin, she's pursuing the dangerous life of Mednek, scrambling across the spaceship hold in space. The Acolytes episode 2 strongly suggests that justice is not Osha's motivation. For all she's claimed otherwise, rewatching the episodes, I was struck by a moment in which Soul cautioned Osha over the dangers of revenge. Later, when she was attempting to fire on her sister, Osha's face twisted with rage. Osha is driven by a desire for vengeance, not justice. The clear implication is that Osha does not know the true story of what happened to Brendok some 16 years ago. Excuse me. But May does. The Jedi being targeted by May and Dara. The Jedi targeted by May, Indara, Soul, Kelnak, and Torben are responsible for this something horrendous that has been hidden from the Jedi Council for 16 years. May is not seeking revenge, but justice. She is attempting to punish wrongdoers who are in a position of power. Her words would mean nothing if she spoke up against them, so she's working for justice in the only way she knows how. So it's pretty interesting, how it's actually, well, according to Thomas Bacon, that the roles are in reverse. So it's so it's not May that's looking for revenge; she's looking for justice, and Osha's looking for revenge for what happened to her family.
Andrea says, "Hey
Andrea.
friends, hey Andrea, is May under Force influence?" I mean, that'd be kind of cool if that was revealed. I mean, why not, right? Anything is possible.
Anything's possible.
Yeah. Patrick says, "Gotta go, fellas. Acolyte with my daughter who likes it." All right, enjoy the show. We will talk to you. We'll talk about this evening's episode next week. We'll get into that. I don't know. Do you agree with the article?
This
Eric?
makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that when you're reading it too. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes a ton of sense. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because Osha looks stuff.
Yeah.
She keeps it kind of, but when things go,
Yeah,
and then she's like
bottled up
arguing with
inside a little bit.
Soul. She's like, "You're not my master,"
Yeah. And then it's almost like when they saw each other, they kind of flipped, like because May kind of seemed like almost like she was kind of
like lost.
I don't know, just a look on her face. Yeah, lost, right? Yeah, almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, no, I think that this totally makes sense, absolutely, because like the titles of the show, the 2 episodes again, Lost and Found. I think because he was saying that Osha was the one that was found, but yeah, no, I think it's the other way around. May is the one that they found out is still alive, and Osha is the one who's kind of getting lost.
Yep. Simple,
heading down this darker path, right? Yeah. And you definitely saw that she wanted revenge, right? Like she said, it's for justice, but no, you can tell she kind of went a little bit dark there. So, I mean, it could be interesting if by the end of the season, Osha's the one that kind of turned dark and is following the Sith apprentice, and it's May that turns light. Right? It could be a neat twist at the end.
Nice little twist.
Yeah. Andrea from Padawan Chronicles is hot take. I think her acting as May is stronger than for Osha. Some of Osha's lines fell a little flat in my opinion. Yeah, I mean I agree with that. The her lines as May are a little bit better. But I think that could be just part of the character, like who May is, right? Like she's no longer a Jedi. She's kind of been living away from the Jedi Order and all that stuff for what did she say, like 6 years or was it 16 years, something like that? Yeah, right, like 6 years or something like that. She's been gone from the Order, so it could just be like part of her character, how this character was written. Who knows? But yeah, no, I definitely feel like May's lines are are stronger for sure. Do you agree with that? What Andrea said about the the character of Osha
Oh
or
no,
May?
no, you know, they both have good lines, and it's I'm like, they're both believable. So
Yeah, yeah,
either way, you know, I like how same characters playing portraying these two totally different characters, just pulling it off
yeah,
pretty well.
yeah. And it should be interesting if they end up going up even against each other, right? In a
Yeah.
duel.
Oh wow, I wonder how would they would do that, like with the CGI and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Be kind of
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it would. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But next, I have a an article about a possible leak from like a plot leak from one of the trailers that we got with Kalnaka. So this was from comicbookmovie.com. So the Acolyte TV spot reveals an unexpected clash, which may be a major spoiler for our upcoming episodes. Again, take it with a grain of salt if it's really a spoiler or not. And until we actually see the episode and know what's going on, right? It's just speculation at the moment. So the first two episodes of the Acolyte hinted at several big mysteries in the galaxy far, far away, and it's apparent that the Star Wars TV series will keep fans coming back week to week in hope of learning more. Which that's exactly what it's done so far for me. Like after these first two episodes, it's established that May wants to kill four Jedi Masters for their role in separating her and Osha as children, as she's already dispatched Indara and Torbin. So she already killed them, and then she's got two other Jedi to kill after that. So she's got Soul and Kalnaka.
Tanaka.
Couldn't think of his name. Yeah. So yeah, basically the Master Torben took the bearish vow and was shown floating in the second episode, silent in a silent state of forced meditation for over a decade, before willingly drinking the poison May presented him with. Next on our list, as I mentioned, is the Wookiee Kalnaka, which we saw them. They left off on the planet of Kofar, and the Wookiee is shown leaping into action for a battle with Torben in one of the TV spots. You see Kalnaka jumping with his lightsaber lit, and you see Torben with his lightsaber lit. So they're, for some reason, they are fighting. And without getting into further spoiler territory, the article says we can tell you that this scene isn't in the third or fourth episodes provided to critics for review. They are, however, some clues coming up. So be sure to check back here on Tuesday for our in-depth review. So definitely, we'll have all of these articles linked in the description below. But that's interesting that it's not from either episode 3 or 4. So it could happen later, but who knows? Like, who knows how reliable this is, right? So
Yeah.
it kind of seems like it was from that kind of that flashback era, though, because like Kalnaka's wearing the robes,
Hmm.
and Torben is a lot younger during that state, so it could be another flashback, maybe from a later episode. But I think it's still from that flashback period when they were younger. So who knows? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see, right?
Makes you wonder what are they fighting about? What's the beef?
Yeah. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think we'll see this later, or do you think Lucasfilm kind of threw in this spoilery shot of Kalnaka versus Torben by mistake or something? You think this was intentional? What are your thoughts on this?
Oh well, they do things intentionally. They don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll do it for a reason. So no, it'll probably be like you said, maybe fifth, sixth episode, because the fourth episode was already released to some critics, so they was able to
yeah,
watch those. So it'll probably be like fifth, maybe sixth episode, fifth or sixth episode. So, but
yeah,
it makes you just kind of wonder, like, what did Kilnaka not agree with Torben's decision, and he was possibly trying to stop this horrendous thing from happening, or maybe they didn't
Right.
see eye to eye or something. I have no earthly idea. Makes it very interesting, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they would have spoiled anything major though. Like coming from the later episodes in the series, I don't think they would have put a huge spoiler, right? Like, so yeah, it's the two Jedi fighting, but like I said, it seems like it's in that same flashback scene, maybe. So I
I
don't
can't
know
wait to get to
how
the
it'll play in,
flashbacks.
but yeah, yeah. I don't think they would intentionally spoil like throw in a huge spoiler. Like it's only the two Jedi fighting. That's all we know that they fight, and we don't even know what it's all about. So
Yeah.
we'll just have to wait and see.
Oh, I can't wait. No, I can't wait. Yeah, definitely. Probably be like in fifth or sixth episode. Yeah.
Yeah,
So since this person
absolutely.
saw the fourth episode, and he said that wasn't part of it, so could very well
Yeah.
be. But on to my next story. This is something totally different. This is concerning the Knights of the Old Republic. Thought this was kind of interesting right here. So, few Star Wars video games has been beloved as the Knights of the Old Republic. The BioWare game first came out in 2003 and was an instant smash, taking place 4,000 years before the event of the Skywalker saga. The game took fans back to an era where there were thousands of Sith battling thousands of Jedi Knights. For years, there had been rumors that Knights of the Old Republic, KOTOR, becoming a film or possibly a Disney series, which doing a press for the Acolyte, showrunner Leslie Headland mentioned that she'd love to tackle an adaptation, for Knights of the Old Republic, focus on one character in particular, Kriya, from Knights of the Old Republic 2. Here's what she told Omelette via IGN. I've always wanted to explore a live action version of Knights of the Old Republic game and Kriya's character. I think it would be a really interesting story to bring to life. So when will Lucasfilm finally adapt Knights of the Old Republic? The epic war between the Sith Empire and the Galactic Republic is one of the most frequently live action projects that were requested, and Lucasfilm has teased the possibility of making it for years. But we genuinely believe that if and when Lucasfilm finally we have to wait and see if it ever happens. I think that's pretty interesting that Leslie Headland is interested in taking on this project. I think this sounds like it's, if they were to do it, it'd be kind of pretty epic.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And this is a
It's
well loved
definitely,
game.
yeah. Did you ever play it?
No, I had never played it.
Yes, yeah, I haven't played it. I'm in that same boat. I haven't played it either, but yeah, no, it's definitely one that a lot of fans are asking for. Like I know of the characters too. Like you got Darth Revan that came from Knights of the Old Republic, Darth
Nickling.
Malgus, Darth yeah, right, Darth Nihilus and stuff like that. So that would be great to see on TV. I think like the Acolyte is kind of I can see why she chose the time period that she did for the Acolyte, but yeah, no, that it would definitely be cool to have this happen, and it would kind of make sense if they did it after they did the whole James Mangold Prime Jedi Prime or whatever that movie
Mhm.
first, and then go a
Yeah,
bit further, go
Republic
to the
time. Yeah,
yeah, right, and
yeah.
do this filler stuff, right? So but either way, like the fact that we could get it, like this article is saying, that's pretty awesome. I'd be very excited to have a live action Knights of the Old Republic. Um, Keanu Reeves keeps
Oh
getting
yeah.
fan casted for it. Like he keeps like fans all want him to be Darth Revan, right? So
Yep.
it'd be pretty cool if he got the same treatment where he gets
Give me
fan
1 second,
casted
Chris.
as yeah, right.
I'm
So
gonna plug
so I
my
think that would
plug
be
my
yeah.
I forgot
I
to
think
plug
that could
my
be real.
laptop.
That could be really cool if Keanu Reeves gets fan casted as Darth Revan,
Oh,
similar to how
that'd be awesome.
Rosario
It's like
Dawson did, right,
Rosario Dawson,
with the
right?
Ahsoka. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So the next article we're diving into has to do with the episode tonight, which is already up on Disney Plus, which we will check out the title after we're done our articles here. But it's pretty much saying the Acolyte is to reportedly lose everyone after the third episode. Get ready for pronouns in Star Wars. So I know that's gonna tick a lot of people off. That doesn't bother me. Like, Star Wars is Star Wars. You can throw all this stuff in there. It won't bother me a bit. But according to a new report, while the two-part premiere of Leslie Headland's The Acolyte will come across as inoffensive to longtime Star Wars fans of the series, third episode will lose everyone, thanks to some truly abysmal creative decisions. So the word of the Acolyte's forthcoming shark jumping was first raised to the public courtesy of noted film critic and film threat founder Chris Gore during a June 4th appearance on the Geek and Gamers new outlet's daily live stream. So here, if you click the link in the description, you can come here and you can actually watch their live stream. We won't play any of that right now. But in light of his having previewed the series' first 4 episodes, Gore was pressed by his fellow panelists, G&G founder Jeremy Griggs, and noted YouTube personalities Ryan Kinnell and the Critic Drinker, if he could offer any insight as to just what viewers could expect from the series. In turn, he unfortunately asserted the first 2 episodes are pretty basic. They get you into the story and the world. Episode 3, I'm warning you now, and this is a quote from him, it's going to completely lose everyone. They completely redefine what the Force is, detailed Gore. You're going to see 2 mothers conceive twins, a bunch of witches that are... it is basically the Jedi turn into cops and a child protective services, and it's like the CPS of the galaxy. Once again, reiterating, okay, episode 1 and 2, whatever, it's fine. Then the critic then revealed, but 3 and 4, get ready for pronouns in Star Wars. So, yeah. And then he added also, it's happening. I'm literally considering having a funeral for Star Wars. Literally, get everyone to dress up, wear dark glasses, give eulogies, play organ, church music in the background, because after episode 3 of The Acolyte, it will cause a lot of discussion. And I don't disagree. I'm sure if any of this stuff is true, which it could possibly be true, because if he did see the first 4 episodes, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussion over it. There's going to be a lot of backlash. Continuing in his criticisms of the series, Gore said, aside from the fact that the show is cheap looking for all the money spent, it looks cheap. The exterior scenes in the forest look shot on a soundstage. It looks very obvious. It lacks energy. So he's just kind of, I don't know. I feel like he's being very negative about the whole series, though. So I don't know I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. Like, it's not going to bother me if they bring this stuff in. If they can explain it well enough and make it make sense, I'm all for it. I'm not one of those people who are like not going to watch something because they bring in like pronouns or whatever, or whatever. Like, have 2 mothers, be the ones who bring these twins into the world. Like, I bet you when episode 1, The Phantom Menace, came out, and Anakin was conceived by the Force, a lot of people were probably like, I bet you a lot of Christians were all like up in arms about that, right? Because that's very similar to like Jesus being born, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, yeah, it's going to be quite controversial. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussion if any of this is true. But it's not going to bother me. I'm going to watch it, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. But what are your thoughts on it?
Oh, wow.
It's a lot. I know it's a lot to digest.
It's a lot. I just wish And that's what's sometimes nowadays how we get how directors and stuff view Star Wars as their way of putting how they view the world. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I like to always go back to I always think that Star Wars is a place a long time ago, the galaxy far, far away. We shouldn't bring our problems or our own ideals of our now world into something
Right.
in the past. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's I'm like you said, I'll watch it and I'll see how I feel afterwards.
Yeah, but I think it could cause a lot of
It could very well.
discussion, a lot of
Yeah.
debate if a lot of this is true. But I'm gonna go in with into it with an open mind. I'm not gonna like it's if it's explained well and it adds to the story, I'm good with it, right? Like I'm not against adding this kind of stuff into Star Wars myself. But yeah, no, it should be interesting after watching this episode tonight. So
Should be an interesting one.
yeah,
Should be very interesting. All right, so down to my last story. So this story is from CBR, Josh Kesslinger. All right, I thought this would be a pretty fun one to just to end the story or end the show today. So according to CBR, Josh Kessinger, Star Wars is a franchise filled with lightsaber lores, and the history behind each lightsaber makes it special. No matter what makes them great, some Star Wars lightsabers truly shine. So this is the 10 best lightsaber according to Josh Kesslinger. All right, so let's go and start off with number 10, Count Dooku's curved lightsaber hilt. When I saw that one, that's pretty awesome lightsaber. The way he is able to hold it at that angle, it's pretty cool.
yeah,
Very
and the curved hilt,
yeah, very gentleman-like. You know, like his style. So Count Dooku's curved lightsaber, while lightsabers had a straight hilt on the end, Dooku's is curved, which allows for better close-up combat and dueling. Got number 9, Rey's lightsaber that she constructed, which is made out of parts from her quarterstaff, which is most notably for the yellow lightsaber blade instead of the usual blue or green lightsaber that the Jedi's usually carry. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's nice that it's yellow because the temple guards at the Jedi Temple had the yellow blades as well. So it's kind of like she's shown as like a guardian Jedi, right? A guardian of the Force. So
very cool. So you got Kylo Ren's lightsabers. Memorably in the terms of it as an appearance, right? The crossguard lightsabers, the main blade, the two smaller blades came out of the sides of the hilt, which was to, I think how they explained it was to control the kyber crystal that's cracked in there, and that was the only way it was able to control the lightsaber blade, was to have those emitter parts on the side parts, which pretty cool. When I first saw it, I think that was pretty sick.
Right. Yeah. So did I.
So yeah, just let me know if you agree with any of these, or if anybody in the comment section.
In the comments, yeah. Let us know if you agree with these rankings as well.
Yep. Or if they would add something else onto this list.
Yeah.
So
we got the Yoda channel in the chat. Says Sith you have are at it. Made it. Thanks for hopping into the chat.
Yes, sir.
The Yoda channel. Yeah.
All right. So, okay. Which one was the next one? I think I kind of messed up on the list here because I have
Ahsoka's. Yeah, we got Ahsoka's at number 7.
Ahsoka's. So she has a dual. She wields 2 lightsabers, right? One's the shorter one. It's like katana, and then she has I forgot the name of the smaller one. Smaller lightsaber.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it either.
So similar to Count Dooku's kind of curved lightsaber, which is pretty cool. And then so she had the I think on the Ahsoka series it turned white. She had a white lightsaber that she took the crystals from the. What did she take the crystals from, brother, and purified it?
Yeah, yeah, she purified them.
All right, so number 6 we have Kyoru from Star Wars Visions. She wields the
Yeah,
most creative lightsaber in the franchise, the lightsaber parasol. I thought that was
I thought it
something
was
else.
pretty cool, and
Yeah, I thought that was pretty
it
cool.
could be cool to see it in live action one day. That could be cool
Yeah.
to see in live action. I don't know if I would have ranked it so high though. Like, yeah, it's different enough, but I think I would have ranked Kylo Ren's a little bit higher than this one.
But
But it,
this is a very unusual lightsaber. So just it also allows her to fly pretty much like a helicopter. Lightsaber used by the
yeah,
Inquisitors are dual-bladed lightsabers with the ring in the middle, where the hand grip is, which hunting down the Jedi's. This lightsaber was not allow for what? Not only allows for intimidation, an epic battle, but also absurdly awesome. The blades can be spinned around the middle ring. No characters in the Jedi wields a lightsaber quite like this. So, while most lightsabers in Star Wars is a single-bladed, the Darth Maul dual-bladed lightsaber with the red blades emitted from both ends. The Maul fighting style also attributes to this lightsaber. The lightsaber has is staple to this character. I thought when I saw the first time ever seeing the dual lightsaber from Maul, it's pretty epic. So
yeah,
that goes,
absolutely.
yeah. So one of the most recognizable lightsabers on all the Star Wars franchise belongs to Mace Windu. The purple lightsaber is the first character displayed a lightsaber with a purple blade. Number 2,
Yeah,
dark saber. Most lightsabers in the Star Wars universe are known for their attachment to their users. The dark saber is famous for being on its own. It serves as the bridge between the Jedi and the Mandalorian, having been forged by Tar Vizsla. And also powerful characters who wielded this lightsaber was Darth Maul, Bo-Katan, Moff Gideon, and most recently Din Djarin. And number 1, there's no lightsaber well known in the galaxy than the Skywalker lightsaber. The lightsaber originally belonged to Anakin, arguably the most powerful Force user of all time, before it was given to his son Luke by Obi-Wan Kenobi, believed to be be lost after the battle between Darth Vader and Cloud City. So I would love to
I
see if they would add in what's the character the Ronin. I thought that was a pretty cool
yeah,
lightsaber too.
yeah. I'm surprised Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from Return of the Jedi isn't on this list. For one, um, Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, yeah, it's well known. I don't know if I would have ranked it that high. I would have ranked the dark saber higher than that. Mace Windu's lightsaber higher than that, and probably Kylo Ren's lightsaber. Oh, and Darth Maul's.
Darth
I
Maul's,
don't know. I might be a little bit biased, but I think Darth Maul's is probably my favorite one, just because he's my favorite character.
he's
But
just
like the
cool.
dual blades is awesome too. So,
Yeah,
um,
seen
but
as kids and young adults, man, it
yeah,
was pretty awesome to see that lightsaber. Like, what the heck is this?
yeah, right.
But yeah, no,
Um, yeah, interesting ranking for sure. But let us know in the comments or in the chat if you agree with the ranking and how you would rank them. So yeah, Acolyte is out, the third episode. Let's the title, if anyone is curious, what the title of the third episode is. I thought they were going to keep going with this dual title, but they didn't with this one. They went Destiny for the third title episode. On a mysterious planet, the tragic journey of the two sisters begins. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if any of the rumors are true about it.
could this be the flashback
Splitting
right
is,
here?
yeah, maybe. Yeah, we'll see if this really splits Star Wars even more, splits the fandom up even more, right? We'll see. So, any last minute predictions for the episode tonight?
No, they're already. Man, this is going to be a difficult watch, but hey, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
Open-mindedly, see how this goes. Just
yeah,
wanted to let you guys know the results, because pretty much we're gonna find out yes or no about the community tab. Does Kelnaka die on tonight's Acolyte episode? Split 50-50, no way, and the Jedi Wookiee dies tonight. So
nice. Yeah, I don't know.
50-50.
It's tough because like if they do the flashback stuff, he might die at the end of it, or who knows? Maybe they might shock us and have him die at the beginning. But
Maybe he'll
yeah,
die
tough.
on one of these episodes, and then we'll get a flashback from when he was alive and fighting Torben.
Yeah, Torben. Yeah, who knows? I guess we'll have to see. But Acolyte episode 3 tonight. Really excited to check it out, and we will chat more on. We'll talk. We'll give our thoughts on episode 3 next week on the next episode of
Yes, sir.
Rebel Rewind. But thanks everyone for taking part in the chat, and we'll see everyone next episode.
One episode, Chris. Thanks, everybody.